All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another update. This is a quick market update on how the week eventually turned out. Welcome. So this is Airware Trade, still pronounced as Airware. In case you are not subscribed yet, click the subscribe button and also click the like button. All right. This is just one of many things, many good trade that's going to be coming to this page. So this week I analyzed four markets. I dropped four markets. If you go back to my previous video that I did on Friday, on Sunday last week, you're going to see that I analyzed four different pairs, and they all happen to play out. So the first pair on our list was GBP AUD. GBP AUD, as I said before, I've been selling this market for the longest time now. If you have been following me on S, which was formerly known as Twitter, you know I've been selling this market all of the way from this level. The meaning this market took out is clean support and resistance zone. I started selling this market, and this week I sold again. I've just been selling this market ever since then. So this week we're having a 3-time frame in our favor. We're having weekly bearish, daily bearish, 4-hour bearish, and if you look at the daily, we are at a very clean area of support and resistance. Very clean area. So whenever we are above, you're buying. Whenever we are below, we are simply what selling. So coming down to the 4 hours, all we're waiting for this week was just a clean breakout. We're just waiting for this market to give us a breakout on this level and give us a good entry for us to enter. Like I told you, our entry still remain the same, the indecision candle. So we had this breakout on 7 a.m. 7 a.m. on Thursday. Beautiful move, GBP AUD for a sell. Go back to my previous video, you will see where I broke down this pair and how I plan to approach it. All right, so I had this breakout on Thursday, had this beautiful retest. Okay, you can see this market literally pushed to the upside, then rejected, giving me a 1 hour bearish tweezer, then a 2 hour dragonfly. People will call this dragonfly, but I like to associate this kind of candles, this type of movement, as an indecision candle. That is, personally, I call it indecision candle. Same thing with this candle right here. You know, I will call this an indecision because this is an indecision, has a upper wick and a lower wick. But others might call this, others might disagree with me, other traders might disagree with me and call this a dragonfly. But moving on, I had this beautiful breakout, took my entry on the 2 hours. Like I told you, my entry is usually on 2 hours, 1 hour and 30 minutes. But so far, the market has been doing something interesting. The market has simply been violating 1 hour indecision. I entered this market at first as at this point, kicked me out. That was an you can see this candle right, this formation right here is the same formation that was on that 2 hours. But as at this level, when it happened on the 2 hours, 20-minute direction, beautifully. I actually called this market up all the way to this level right here, about 60p plus. You know, that's almost 1 to 4. That is all for GBP AUD. GBP AUD is still bearish. Okay, the daily is still bearish. We are having the lower low now as at this level, lower low, lower high. We are having the weekly bearish. So next week I'm still going to continue selling this market. You know, I've been selling this market for the longest time, like I said. So the next pair on my list was GBP CAD. GBP CAD. And one thing about this GBP AUD was very, very interesting, because when the week opened up, the market bought up, you know, started buying. The week opened at this level. We had a new high, you know, those are lower low, lower high. Now we're having higher highs, higher high, higher low. You know, so I was simply just waiting for this market to give me a shift in structure, which it did as at this level. Market slashed down. 2 hour became bearish because now we are having a lower low, lower high. 4 hours, same thing. Market open, giving me a higher high, giving me a series of higher highs and higher lows until the market broke below, giving me a bearish movement. Lower low, lower high, gave me another lower low, and that lower low was just a breakout. The minute I had that breakout, all I do is wait to a retest and wait for my entry, come down to 2 hours and take my entry, which is this candle. So the next trade on my list was GBP CAD, the next market that I was interested in. Beautiful market. All these markets are just interesting. This actually happened today. Currently right now, it's Friday 27th, February 27th, Friday, you know, so the market hasn't even closed yet. So this market actually happened today. I've been waiting for this market all week, and same thing happened on this market. We have the 3-time frame in our favor. we have this market at a very interesting clean support and resistance zone. I like where the market is currently at right now as well. I like it. I mean, I like this market. Okay, so we were at a very clean support and resistance zone. Coming down to the daily, same thing, clean support and resistance zone. You know, whenever we are above this area, we are buying. Whenever we are below, we are simply selling. So the market opened up this week, just started giving me a series of higher high, because this was our previous low. We're having a lower low, we are having our lower high as at this level. Now we had a new high as at this level, higher high, higher low. Then this market slashed down today. That was yesterday, Thursday, slashed down and totally shift in structure. Okay, the minute it gave me that shift in structure, all I need to be looking for now is a retest for an entry. But I was simply waiting for it to take at this area. I wasn't just going to enter. If I was going to enter, I would have entered as at this 2-hour bearish and go. But that was bearish tweezer. But that isn't it. That isn't it. Okay, I'm waiting for this market to take out this zone, retest for me to enter, but it didn't give me no retest. So this was one of the few trader. This was the only trader that actually didn't give me an entry, and I didn't participate in it. The next trade on my list was Euro AUD, the pair. Very interested. I was very interested in this pair, and this pair is very interesting. Very interesting. We have the weekly. The weekly is actually bullish because we are having our higher highs at this level. We are having our higher low. But look at this pair. Isn't this beautiful? This market has just been selling consecutively for many weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Like for 11 weeks, it has been selling. And this market is at a very clean support and resistance zone. A very clean zone. That's a very clean zone. So what I was doing, or what I was looking to do, is continue selling. So we had the weekly bullish, the daily bearish, and also the 4-hour bearish. Okay, as at the time of this analysis, the 4-hour was bearish. So the market opened up, both to the upside, started giving me a series of higher. This was our new high, higher low. Then what happened? We had this slash down on the 4-hour, giving me a shift in structure. That was 4-hour became completely bearish. All right, whenever you have the current market, like a candles, whenever you have a candle closure, whenever you have a current candle body close below your lower low or your higher low, that market has what completely changed, shift in structure. So 2-hour, same thing. On the 2-hour, we're having higher high is a higher low, higher high as at this point, higher low. Then what happened? This candle body closed below this guy right here, below this candle, below this low. We are now having what? A lower low, lower high. Then we had another lower low, lower high. Then 2-hour gave me an entry, same entry that was given in GBP AUD. Is this a coincidence, or is the market simply just repeating itself? I don't know. We'll see about that. So GBP Euro AUD, beautiful pair, broke below retest, give me a beautiful entry. So I'm still interested in this market. You might see this market on Sunday when I post my next video So market update on GBP NZD, beautiful pair. You know, GBP NZD and GBP AUD are the pairs that I've been selling for the longest time. You know, if you have been following me on S, you will see that I've been selling this market for the longest time. So now we are weekly is completely bearish. This market is a bearish market all the way around. Weekly was bearish, lower low right here, lower high. As at this point, we are at a very clean support and resistance zone. Whenever we are below, we are selling. Whenever we are above that zone, we are buying. So I was simply looking to go with the trend. But on the other hand, we were having last week daily bullish. Daily was bullish last week. Like I said on my previous video, I saw this as this bullish engulf right here. I'm seeing this as more of a retest. Okay, the market has been doing this for a very long. It has been doing this. Observe this area. We have this breakout, retest of what? Of bullish movement. Retest. What happened? So to the downside. Down, retest. What happened? Sold. Same thing as at this level to the upside. Broke down. Retest to the downside. Okay. Same thing here. Now the market is what? The market did the same thing here. Is this a coincidence, or is the market repeating itself? I guess we'll find out. On the 4 hours, on the other hand, on the 4 hours, we had this market opened up and was just buying, you know, was just buying. Then we had this shift in structure. The minute we had this shift in structure, what am I looking for? Entry. So I had a shift in structure on the 4 hour. Same thing happened on the 2 hours as well. Same thing happened on the 2 hours. We are bullish for a while. Tuesday was bullish, higher high, higher low. Now we had this was still higher high, higher low. This right here is well It's not it. This was now a lower low, lower high. Then we had another higher high, higher low. As at this point, we had a lower low, lower high, because this candle body closed below this candle, lower low, lower high. As at this point, then we had a what? Higher high, higher low. But before we had this higher high, higher low, we had a shift to structures at this level, lower low, lower high. So coming down to the 2 hours, I was looking for an entry. After this breakout, you can see the market simply closed as at this level. Okay, I consider this to be a breakout. It's a minor breakout, but it's a good breakout because this market is on a bearish movement. So what I was waiting for was a 2 hour entry, because over the week there have been market has just been going against 1 hour entry. If you come to this level, okay, see this 1 hour entry right here, indecision candle. What happened? If I had entered here with my 15p, market have simply kicked me out. But I didn't. I waited for 2 hours to give me an entry. 2 hours gave me an entry. 1 hour gave me a bearish engulf. 2 hours gave me a bearish engulf as well. I think almost like an indecision candle. But we entered at this level using our 15 pip, and this market I actually left this market at this point about 70 pip, 1 to 4. Beautiful move. And the last but not the least, this was the only pair I called out, these 4 pairs, but the last but not the least was CAD JPY. I actually called this CAD JPY on my S. I didn't post it on YouTube, but I called it on my S. If you go to my S and observe my video on S for weekly analysis, for my weekly analysis, you see that I actually called this video. I actually called this trade out. Okay, why did I take the trade? I like this place that this market is at, and I like the fact that I'm having a lot of rejections at this point. I had a couple of rejection, rejection, beautiful. It was just at a real it was at a real good zone. Okay, on the daily, on the other hand, we are having this. We are having more than 3 touches. We are having one. Okay, we are having 3 touches. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this was supposed to be the third one. And whenever I have 3 touches, I like going in for it. I need to have at least 2 to 3 touches. 3 to 4 touches. On the weekly, on the other hand, we didn't have that much of a touch. We just had rejection. And if you look at this, you know that this market is just beautiful. It's really nice. The position is nice. The formation is nice. The market structure at this level is really nice. Looks really good. So I was looking to set this market at this level. Which I did. So on the 4 hours, we were bullish. We're having higher high, higher low. But what happened? Higher high, higher low. We had this close below. Then we had this market body close below everything here. This was not a lower low, lower high. Now, once we have that shift in structure, what do we wait for? Once I have that breakout, I wait for an entry. Coming down to the 2 hour for my entry, because this happened on Monday. This was the first trade I took for this week on Monday. This was when I knew that okay, 2 hours was actually the entry. So I entered at this 2 hour entry in the session right here. On the 1 hour. On the 1 hour gave me a bearish engulf. 1 hour bearish engulf. 2 hour indecision, just the same thing other pairs did. The rest pair did same entry. Is this a coincidence, or is the market simply repeating itself? I guess we'll find out. So the market retested, gave me an indecision candle. I entered this market and it gave me my 1 to 3. That was pretty much it for this week. Beautiful week. It was a very, very interesting week. And mind you, this week that is coming, it's more interesting than this. The week that's coming is very, very much interesting. Interesting week ahead of us, guys. And for those of you who are confused, the market does repeat itself. Okay, that is literally how we make money from this market, banking on the market, repeating itself. Knowing when the market is going to repeat itself, how it does it, and the patterns it used to do it, that is where a system comes in, which is very, very important. Knowing when to buy, when to sell is very, very important in the market, because all we do in the market is buy and sell. Okay, there's nothing more. We don't do anything else, just buy and sell. But knowing when to buy and when to sell is very, very important, and that is where trader get it all wrong. All right, so the market repeats itself. Just know when it does it, and you are good. So that is all for this week. Watch out for my next video, which will be dropping very soon on Sunday. All right, peace out for now. Keep your head in the game. God bless. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button, and also like this video. Okay, show your boys some love. For more video will be coming in. All right, peace out for now.